Okay, guys. This may be the first of many Bone Zone joke contests where I pay you to make me laugh in these difficult, tough times. Okay, so here we go. Why do Muckluck Douglas Bartholomew Esquire the Fourth's giveaways have such generous community donations? Because of his muck luck. Wah wah. What do you call a Norn that can't seem to stop whining and running off? Bram. Alright, I'll laugh at that one. I went to the zoo the other day. There was only a dog in it. It was a Shih Tzu. What concert is selling tickets for the low price of 45 cents? That's right, it's 50 Cent with opening performances by Nickelback. What train does Flute Girl take to work? The Panda Express. I had this idea for a joke on paper, but I had to scrap it. Why, you asked? Because this idea is really terrible. What happens when Muck is Rick-rolled? The shield never gives him up, lets him down, never runs around or deserts him. What? What's brown and sticky? A stick. I swear to God my son has told me this joke. Guild MM. What takes 94 keys to get a Vermilion throne? Answer. Guild MM. Flute Girl. Crinkles rapper. Muckluck, I'm about to end this girl's whole career. Okay. Apologies in advance, this is long. A man walks into a convenience store, intending to get his usual weekly groceries. At checkout, he notices something near the register. What's that, he asks the clerk. Clerk replies, oh, that's a thermos. What's it do, asks the man. It keeps hot stuff hot and cold stuff cold. So the man buys one. Later on, he's out with some friends. What's that, his friend asks. It's a thermos, said the man. What's it do? It keeps hot stuff hot and cold stuff cold. What you got in it, said the friend. 2 cups of coffee and a popsicle. That's so stupid. Why is the thief mad? The office chair rotates better than him. My fear of roses is a thorny issue. I'm not sure where it stems from, but it seems as if I will be stuck with it for a long time. Oh, that's terrible. A panda walks into a bar. He eats, shoots, and leaves. It's witty, but I didn't laugh. I was going to post a Guild Wars 2 joke, but it was too horrible. Flute Girl Alacrity. I'll +1 that one. A friend of mine left to go swimming on the beaches of Cantha. He came back a bit jaded. If some quaggins would start a music band, what would be the band name? Foo Fighters. Want to hear a spectacular joke? What's the difference between pea soup and mashed potatoes? Anyone mashed potatoes, but nobody can pea soup. That's gross. What do you call things worse than the Elder Dragons? Pocket raptors. What's the difference between the swine flu and the bird flu? One requires ointment and the other requires tweetment. That's so stupid. How many Norns do you think it takes to change a light bulb? 8. 7 to convince some Asuras to do it for them, and 1 medic to patch up their pride. Wow! I want to laugh at that one twice. What does a pimp gnome use to make money? Oh no. The garden hose. Okay, alright. Long joke, but me and my friends have been laughing about it for 3 years. That long? Alright, it's got a lot of votes. Alright. Dude was bragging to his boss one day, I know everyone there is to know. Name someone, anyone, and I know them. Tired of his boasting, the boss called his bluff, said, okay, Dave, how about Tom Cruise? No dramas, boss. Tom and I are old friends, I could prove it. So Dave and the boss fly out to Hollywood and knock on Tom Cruise's door, and Tom shouts, Dave, what's happening? Great to see you. Come on in for a beer. Although impressed, Dave's boss is skeptical. After they leave Cruise's house, he tells Dave he thinks him knowing Cruise was lucky. No, name anyone else. President Obama, his boss retorts. Yep, Dave said, old buddies, let's fly out to Washington, and off they go. At the White House, Obama spots Dave on the tour and motions him and his boss over, saying, Dave, what a surprise, I was just on my way to a meeting, but you and your friend come on in, let's have a beer first to catch up. Well, the boss is very shaken by now, but still cannot totally convinced. After they leave the White House grounds, he expresses his doubts to Dave, who again implores him to name anybody else. Pope Francis, his boss replies. Sure, said Dave, I've known the Pope for years, so off they fly to Rome. Dave and his boss are assembled with the masses of the Vatican's St. Peter's Square, and Dave said, "This will never work. I can't catch the Pope's eye among all these people. Tell you what, I know all the guards, so let me just go upstairs, and I'll come out on the balcony with the Pope." He disappears into the crowd, headed toward the Vatican. Sure enough, half an hour later, Dave emerges with the Pope on the balcony, but by the time Dave returns, he finds that his boss has had a heart attack and is surrounded by paramedics. Making his way to his boss's side, Dave asks him what happened. His boss looks up and says, "It was the final straw. You and the Pope came out on the balcony, and the man next to me said, 'Who the F is that on the balcony with Dave?'" Alright. I don't know if that was worth that long a read, but that was pretty funny. I quite like this one from Jimmy Carr. It goes, "I had a survey done on my house. 8 out of 10 people said they really rather liked it. How do Asurans learn to surf? On microwaves. A Norn, a Char, a human, and a Silvari walk into a bar. The Asura walks under it. Unfortunately, the US Constitution legally protects Norn shapeshifting. It's right there in the Second Amendment. They have the right to bear arms. What goes on 4 hoofs in the morning, 4 feet at noon, and glides in the evening? The commander doing the shrines in Drizzlewood Coast. How does Traherne change a light bulb? Commander, a word? Where do you find a no-legged dog? Right where you left it. What do you call a boss that buys a lot of gems? A whale guardian. What do you call a man with no arms or legs who floats in a pool? Bob. Did you hear the rumor about butter? Well, I'm not gonna spread it. What do we want? Low-flying airplane noises. When do we want them? Meow! Gray humor. Joke. I'm sorry and my bad mean the same unless you are in a funeral. Oh, Jesus. Someone once asked for me to come up with a rope pun. I could not.
Why are we still here?
A guardian who does what's expected of them is pretty on fire brand. Oh my god. My wife texted me a selfie in a new dress and asked, "Does this make my butt look big?" I texted back instantly, "No," but my phone auto-corrected it to "moo." Please help. A Coden walks into a guild hall. The Coden says, "I'll have a beer." The bartender responds, "No problem, but what's with the big pause?" Yeah, okay, alright, this is the one I wrote. My son wrote this. How does Jormag like his tea? Ice brewed. And I started to say, wait, there's actually layers to that joke. That's pretty good. So I posted that for him. All right. Why do elephants paint their toenails red? So they can hide in cherry trees. Have you ever seen an elephant in a cherry tree? Then it must work. I'm pretty sure I heard my dad tell me this joke like decades ago. How does a Char healer check for ailments? They do a cat scan. I don't understand why my Necro gets so much hate. She's just out here trying to raise a family. Why did all the students eat their homework? Their teacher told them it was a piece of cake. Oh my gosh. Comedic sentence used to receive giddy emotions. Joke. What lies at the bottom of the ocean and twitches? A nervous wreck. Also Flute Girls DPS. I like how he has a backup joke here in case the first one's no good, chat. I don't know if an original meme is legal, but it's worth a shot. Poggers. I don't know, I'm not a Twitch. How did no one laugh at this? I'll laugh at that. What do you call the offspring of a Silvari and a Tengu? Chicken salad. Have you ever played Hollow Knight? I can't believe they released a game with so many bugs in it. If you think about it, a necromancer is just a very late healer. It's true, we've made this joke on stream before. I love Aurene, especially because of the glint in her eyes. Oh my god. How do you get better teammates in looking for group? Easy, just be worse than them and they'll be better than you. Why was everyone surprised when an army of Jinn attacked Lion's Arch? Nobody expects the Vabian Jinquisition. Okay, this is actually really funny for me. So we have a thing set in this channel that everybody can enter one entry. This guy wrote knock knock, and that was his entry. So people used the freaking response to do who dare, but he can't respond to it. Why don't ants get sick? Because they have antibodies. At first I found it hard to believe my roommate was stealing from the transportation department, but when I got home, all the signs were there. Why are Sylvari companies so successful? They are always branching out. Oh my god. What did the necromancer say when someone challenged him to a fight? Sure, but I have some conditions. Why did the chronomancer fail their rotation? Because they had delayed reactions. A man finds himself stranded in the desert. After climbing up a sand hill, he finally spots a building. After arriving, he sees a sign saying Alibaba's Camel Rental. A wave of relief came over the man. The owner of the place comes to greet him, saying, "Welcome to Alibaba's Camel Rental, where we have the fastest camels in the whole desert." The man replies, "Thank God you're my savior. I need to rent one of your camels so I can get out of this stupid desert." The owner beckons the man to follow him to the stalls. "You're in luck, sir. We have just one camel left. Let me also demonstrate why our proud camels are the fastest." The owner guides the camel over a grid on the ground. From beneath the grid, a man lights a lighter and holds it between the legs of the camel. When the camel's leg hair starts to catch fire, the camel sprints off in panic at an abnormal high speed. In just a mere moment, the camel is no longer to be seen at the horizon. But then it's gone. The man exclaims, "Well, that was indeed very fast, but how do I get on the camel now?" The owner thinks and said, "Could you stand on the grid for a second?" A businessman walks into a bar and sits beside an elderly man. The old man looks at the well-dressed man and asks if he is some important person. "I'm a very rich businessman, old man," he replies. The old man says, "Do you know what I have that may interest you?" The businessman sarcastically says, "What could you possibly have that would ever interest me?" The old man puts a small golden lamp onto the bar top. "A lamp," he says in disbelief. "Not any kind of lamp," says the old man. "It has a genie inside that can grant wishes." Not believing him, the businessman replies, "Yeah, sure, and I'm the Queen of England." So the old man rubs the lamp and a genie appears. "What do you wish, master?" "I wish for the best mug of hot coffee on this planet." The genie snaps his fingers and the coffee appears in front of the old man. "Whoa, it really works," says the surprised man. "What do you want for it?" The old man simply says, $1 million and it's yours. The businessman hesitates a little bit, but then said, "Heck, I could just wish the money back. Deal," and gives him a check of $1 million. The old man leaves the lamp on the bar top and then leaves the bar. So the businessman quickly picks up the lamp and rushes home and rubs the lamp to summon the genie. Immediately the genie appears and asks, "What 3 wishes do you have, master?" "I wish for $100 million, a yacht, and a giant castle to live in," he said quickly. The genie looks at him for a few seconds and says, "Well, that sucks because I can only serve coffee." There were 3 men stranded in a desert, and after their car had broken down, they decided to each choose one thing from the car to bring while they headed to the nearest town. The first man decided to bring a jug of water. He explained to the two other men that they would surely become thirsty out in the desert and would need something to drink. The second man decided to bring a bag of food because they weren't sure how far away the next town was and they would need sustenance to reach it. The third man, however, chose to bring along one of the car's doors. When the other 2 men, who were extremely perplexed as to his reasoning for this, he said, "Well, when we all get hot from walking in the sun, we can roll down the car window." I know everyone is looking for a good joke. Ask my dad how to make one. How does a penguin build its house? Igloos it together. Oh my god. My friend's favorite silly joke to tell. What is the fastest curry? Usain Bolt. I was looking to enter this competition, but I'm terrible at making jokes, so I asked my dad his best dad joke, and he turned around and said, "You." It was a deceptive con, but Primordus came up with a plan, tricked the Asura into helping him. He has disguised himself as a giant robot and changed his name to Optimus. Now, with Asura at his side, Optimus Primordus is rolling out new plans to transform Tyria. I would watch that. Friendly reminder that planet Earth is a dense, molten core encased in a layer of solids and therefore is, technically speaking, a ravioli. Librarian joke. What do you call a bookshelf taking a picture of itself? A shelfie. I love working in a mirror factory. It's a job I can see myself doing. I took away my ex-girlfriend's wheelchair. Guess who came crawling back to me? It's terrible, but it's hilarious. A group of Romans walk into a bar. The bartender asks, "What will you have and how many?" A Roman leader holds up 2 fingers and says, "5 beers, please." Who cut the Roman Empire in half? A pair of Caesars. That's the last one. That is the last one. Thank you for explaining that one. Season, I guarantee you 120% there are people here who don't know Roman numerals.